Kyle, we've got Kyle out on summer vacation and Austin journeying around the Indonesian islands and related places, and my dog trying to break into the screen. So, going to be a little different today, but something that's not any different. The fact that we're all in the red.
Yeah, that's a little unfortunate, but I don't think we're not used to that anymore.
Yeah, I mean, at least it's not a large amount, right? 3 of us are all within 1 percentage point of each other. So,
Yeah.
I keep looking for, like, reasons to explain what is happening, but, like, it's always the same shit, right? It's always everybody's afraid the market is going to crash, or everybody is afraid that, like, inflation is going to ruin everything, or,
Yeah, just a period of unknowns, really.
Yeah,
that we've been going
it's
through.
a little bit of volatility.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, as I'm sure is the case with you, both of my cryptos for the month are down.
Yeah.
Commercial metals is down. Canadian Solar and Ericsson are down. The other half of my holdings are up, though.
Really?
Just not enough to counteract all of the negative things that are going on.
So the interesting thing is that so I have only two things in the green right now.
Okay.
And the one that's keeping me like somewhat afloat this month is Callaway, which I said I was going to get rid of last week.
Oh no.
Yeah. But good, luckily I did not. I was holding on to that. But the other, so Callaway's at almost 8.98%, so almost 9% up.
Ooh.
And then Home Depot's at 2.94, which is pretty good considering. Well, actually, I don't know what I am all time. Home Depot, I'm actually at 10.8 all time.
Oh, good. Damn, all right.
But Callaway, I'm down negative 4.8%. Yeah. So, I mean, not too bad, I guess. Yeah.
No, I mean, the timing of that is a bit interesting with you considering offloading it for the off season. But,
exactly, yeah.
I mean, whatever works.
I'm not sure. I guess I don't know what why that spike came in though, because it kind of just blew up this week.
Yeah, I feel like golf stuff is kind of different because there's a very well-defined season in most places.
Mm-hmm.
And so when you're not in that season, obviously the stock still moves because it's publicly traded, but the rationale for some of that is definitely not always as clear-cut, right?
Yeah, definitely.
You expect big months in the summer because that's when, the North American market is playing golf. So, obviously, as seasons change around the world, other places get summer while we don't.
Mm-hmm.
So there's certainly some of that, that you could look at and expect to see some movement. But I think that, and I don't remember. I don't know if they do a winter product release or if it's not until spring.
Yeah, I'm not certain on that one either.
But yeah, something to keep an eye on for sure.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, that was a surprising rebound. Earlier this week, the 14th, so just Tuesday. Actually, it just kind of went up. It was like, hey, I'm here.
Funny how that works sometimes.
Yeah.
Any other big movers for you, or?
No, honestly, I mean, everything else is like, I'm gonna move down.
Oh no.
Besides crypto, actually, my losses aren't too bad. They're pretty recoverable. Honeywell's
compared
down
to where we were 6 weeks ago, this looks pretty modest.
Yeah, exactly. Honeywell's my worst at -5. Well, I mean, barring
they were doing really
Ethereum,
well for you, weren't they?
Yeah, they were. I guess all-time Honeywell is up 9.6. At one point, they were up like 12 or 13%, something like that. Pretty decent.
Very nice.
Yeah, so I mean, nothing else this month has been. Yeah, pretty much everything. Or at least the change from last week has been. Everything's kind of down. I think last week I was about like 50-50 on positive, negative.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. Nice. Well, our first 2 stories of the week, I'm just going to jump right into it because we've talked about Walmart on the show in the past, I like to make fun of Walmart. It's not a secret to you or anybody who watches any of these that I like to make fun of Walmart. So,
Pretty easy target.
conveniently, as I'm looking for stories to discuss this week, who comes up not once, but twice?
Ooh.
Walmart.
Nice.
So, the first one, I will admit, is not their fault. Somebody spoofed an announcement that they were partnering with Litecoin for online payments and stuff.
Okay.
And so Litecoin shoots up like 20%, and then Walmart's like, yeah, this is not a thing. And so it absolutely craters after that.
Wow. Okay.
So it gives up all 20% of the gain, obviously, and then drops another 2.25%.
Oh, geez. Okay.
In like the span of, what was that, like 3 or 4 hours?
Nice.
So like, damn, that's a lot of volatility.
Mm-hmm.
But B, I think it gives us a little bit of a look at if the feds make a way for retailers to partner with tokens and ecosystems of this kind. If you're holding the right one, like overnight millionaire status potentially, if you have enough of it, right?
Yeah, definitely.
So I think, as funny as the headline is, and as much as it makes me laugh, there is some legitimacy to the market reaction to what, until it was proven false, was like a massively big deal in terms of mainstream adoption.
Yeah. Because everyone was like, oh, shit. Like, this is probably one of the first, like, large retailers, or it probably is.
It would have been the first.
Yeah, it would have been, yeah. So that would be huge, especially with something as big as Walmart is, with how big.
Well, and that's the thing.
Is Walmart,
right?
like...
It would be one thing if it's the grocery store down the street. Like, this is Walmart.
Yeah. Is Walmart international?
I should know that. I don't.
Because that would be, like... I mean, it's already big. It's huge in the United States. But, like, if this is an international company...
Yeah.
Like, that would be...
Yes,
huge.
They are an international company with over 2.2 million associates around the world.
Jeez, okay.
1.6 of them are in the U.S., though.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So
I figure probably a lot of Canada.
They've got U.S., Canada, Mexico. They have some partnerships in India. And then it also is mentioning something about Chile and South Africa.
Okay, interesting. So not...
If all of this is true, of course. But.
Yeah. So not as global as I'm, like, like not literally every country, but still, like, huge like, huge countries, and still, a lot of... that's still huge. But, geez. Yeah, so that would have been an interesting one.
It would have been very interesting.
I don't know, I guess just the biggest... Like, I mean, I think that helps. I guess in terms of, like, if this were to legitimately happen, I guess I just don't know how easy it would be for, like, cryptos to be used by the, I guess, your...
Yeah, I mean, I think the other question is, like, what is the rate of exchange, right?
Right.
Because, again, part of the reason why people don't want to buy stuff in Bitcoin is that Bitcoin is worth a lot.
Yep.
10 minutes from now, it could potentially be worth nothing, and 20 minutes from now, it could potentially be worth a lot.
Yep.
Right? And so the volatility makes it difficult as a medium of exchange. Obviously, in this case, Litecoin has the same problem.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you see this massive jump and subsequent implosion in, like, 3 hours.
Yeah.
So I think that there's questions about that, but any type of contract or agreement, again, once we get to that point, if you're holding the right one, I think a rising tide would lift all ships to a certain degree.
Right.
But if you're holding the one that people choose to use, then you've made some serious money. The question is, do you sell it off or do you keep it?
Exactly, yeah.
When do you cash in your chips is always the question.
Yep. That's always what I'm the worst at.
If everybody knew when to sell, we would all be rich.
Yeah, that is true.
Um, yeah, I mean, I still don't know how you accidentally send out a fake press release. Like, and again, this wasn't their fault. Like, this is Global Newswire.
What was the medium of release, like
It
announcement?
was a press release.
Oh shit!
Global Newswire sends out a fake press release that
Oh.
references a partnership between Litecoin and Walmart.
Wow. Okay.
Walmart comes out and is like, yeah, not sure how you got this. Please investigate. Not true.
Wow. Okay, that's interesting.
So,
It was an inside job.
I mean, maybe.
Yeah.
Pump and dump some Litecoin with your
Yeah.
fake press release announcement.
Although that is probably highly illegal now.
Extremely. Securities
Yeah.
fraud is securities fraud.
Yeah.
General fraud is general fraud. Like,
Yeah.
massively illegal.
Hopefully they moved and escaped the country.
That, yeah. The next story about Walmart, though, I find far more amusing. This is not the first time we've seen something like this happen. I highly doubt it will be the last time we've seen something like this happen. A fed-up Walmart employee climbs on the counter, grabs the loudspeaker, goes on an expletive-filled rant, and ends it with, "I effing quit."
Nice. It's a good way to go out. Wow. Okay. I can't say I'm surprised.
No.
I guess I wonder what the context is.
Basically, her rant included direct complaints about her boss for being a, quote, pervert,
Okay, that's pretty
and
bad.
some of her supervisors for treating associates like garbage.
Okay.
I hope you don't speak to your families the way you speak to the rest of us.
Oh shit. Okay.
So basically, she's like, "We're underpaid. We work too much. This is bullshit. I'm out."
Okay.
Again,
Yeah.
we've talked about it for weeks. If low wages are part of your business model, do you have a business model?
Yeah. No, I don't know about that.
Yeah. Maybe you do, maybe you don't, but you would
I
think
guess-
that the pandemic would have brought on some wage increases to alleviate some of this pressure, and yet, every week I feel like we're talking about the same thing.
Yeah. We've had at least every other week. I think we've had some type of labor related story, right? I guess how is Walmart reacting to this at all? Like, have they?
I highly doubt they've issued a statement.
Yeah.
If they have, I have not seen it.
They're probably like, yeah, we deal with this on a regular basis. Like,
Though this story did
break
just
it up.
break today at like
Oh.
noon.
I see. Okay.
So there is still time
Yeah.
if they would like to address it. But I doubt it.
I guess. Yeah. I mean, I guess the labor and the I don't know, like treating each other, like all the working conditions, like that's pretty common. But the boss being a pervert thing, that probably needs some type of investigation in order to like save face in some way.
Yeah, I mean, the magnitude and the type of complaint certainly would make me want to ask some follow-up questions.
Right. Yeah.
Because yeah, that's not cool.
Yeah. Where was this? What like? I guess what state was this?
Does it say? Louisiana.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
Now, mind you, Arkansas is like the global headquarters of Walmart. So
Oh, really? Okay. So
this is
yeah,
like
in there.
Walmart's backyard, and people are
Yeah.
like, "This is dumb.
Nice.
I'm out." But yeah, I
wonder how often this happens.
it has to be on a weekly basis, right?
Right. Yeah.
I
Like-
mean, you have to think so.
So I guess did this blow up because it went like viral or in some way, or like
I mean, she uploaded the video to the internet, so.
Oh, she recorded it herself.
Yeah, she recorded it. She said she recorded it for her coworkers because she wanted them to know that she cares about them and is trying to draw attention to all of the issues that they have to deal with because they work there.
Okay.
So yeah, I think obviously the smartphone is a huge reason why we hear more about this type of stuff.
Right.
It's like if you just hear somebody go on a rant on the loudspeaker, like, okay, it's funny, you go home, you tell your friends, you tell your family, whatever, and that's kind of the end of it. Like, you put it on the internet, obviously that's a very different ballgame.
Yep, that's true. I wonder what kind of response we can expect from Walmart, if any.
Oh, zero, dude. I'm telling you.
Yeah, I'm expecting,
zero.
Not really much.
These allegations are not accurate. We care about our employees, blah, 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 blah.
We will launch an investigation into this. Nothing's going to result out of it. Yeah.
The same boilerplate.
Yeah. They've rehearsed that statement before.
Yeah, I mean, they probably just have it saved. Like, every company computer has that document saved somewhere. Like,
It's like, it's just a ticket that pops
button, up. Right?
Yeah.
In case
they probably just have a ticket. Yeah, like, everyone's capable of issuing the statement, like, oh, we've heard of these stories, blah, blah, blah. We'll address it. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, at this point, I feel like, again, they've heard it enough times that...
Yeah, they're just like... auto response.
Yep. Pretty much. Already has more than 160,000 views.
Okay. Nice.
And the small detail that I think that some people might lose in the story is that she worked there for 5 years before she did
Holy shit.
That was a long time.
Yeah, she definitely tolerated much more than other people have.
Yeah, I mean, that's... My entire postgraduate career at this point has not even been 5 years.
Same. Yeah.
In that time, I've had 2 jobs. Now, granted, I left my first one on great terms. We were moving. That's just what happens. But, like...
Right.
To tolerate something that shitty for 5 years...
Yeah, that is a lot.
Dude. Damn. I mean, on the one hand, good for her, but, like... I hope you find what you're looking for. You know?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And yet, stores still wonder, why can't we hire employees?
Yeah, no one wants to work for us. Why?
Hashtag pay them.
We pay them so well. I don't understand.
I went to go get my wife a Blizzard from Dairy Queen the other day because she likes all the fall pumpkin stuff.
Okay, yeah.
The sign in the window at this Dairy Queen was that they were letting people schedule their own interviews to be a general manager of the store.
Holy, wow. Jeez.
You're that desperate.
You said a Dairy Queen?
Yes. Like,
wow.
Granted, Dairy Queen is privately held. I want to say Warren Buffett and Berkshire Hathaway own all of it or nearly all of it.
Holy crap.
So obviously not something you can directly invest in if you are so inclined. You could indirectly invest in, of course. But, like...
That
was a new level of desperation for me.
A general manager?
That's not to say it hadn't been other places, but I saw that and I was like, ooh, damn.
Yeah.
Schedule your own interview, and I will listen to you like ASAP.
Yeah, wow, that's so much. Are you kidding me? Like,
yeah, I mean, obviously, I'm sure they're not just going to hire anybody to manage a whole Dairy Queen, but like,
yeah.
On the other hand, maybe they're at that point. I don't know, dude.
I mean, like, do you schedule it and then they just like meet you at a certain time, or is it like, hey, you figure out what you want us to?
Yeah, I mean, the sign really didn't say anything else. It was
build your own interview.
It was like
wow.
It was like a Word doc, like pasted on the window.
Are they having like a district manager come in and do the interview?
I don't know. Maybe it's the franchise owner who comes in and does that.
Yeah, could be that.
But yeah,
desperation is real, dude.
No kidding. Also, moral of the story: if you order from fast food, be nice to those people.
Yes, definitely.
They've been through enough.
Yeah.
Moving on from the labor plight, though, because I feel like we talk about that quite frequently. Not that it doesn't deserve to be covered, but I'm going to pick on my next favorite company to pick on. We're going to go back to Facebook again. If you missed last week's episode, we had very, very mixed emotions about their glasses, their Ray-Ban glasses. Ads for the aforementioned glasses have been following me around since that day.
Oh, no.
So, congratulations on wasting your ad money. I'm not going to buy them, but
nice.
Tells you a little bit about how some of that stuff works. This week, though, a vice president for the company had to fire a warning shot at the Wall Street Journal after they published a report that included, quote, deliberate mischaracterizations that the company ignored platform-wide issues that were actively harming its users.
Fun.
So, Reader's Digest version, for those of you that care about Facebook a hell of a lot less than me. One of these reports, I'm not sure if it's mentioned in the Wall Street Journal finding or not, but it came out in the last week that they did a study basically trying to determine like the psychological impacts on young people of using Facebook and Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
And I hope you're sitting down because this is really going to surprise absolutely nobody. If you use Instagram too much, it's not good for your body image or your self-esteem.
Wow.
Gee willikers, are you kidding me? Like, no shit.
Yeah.
So there was that. And then there was also a report that came out about its ability or lack thereof to handle misinformation about COVID and the vaccine. And so now Facebook is like, no, we had nothing to do with this. Like, we take everything really seriously. I'm picturing like Al Gore from South Park, like super cereal. Like, that's what I'm picturing them trying to do here. Like, do you buy it though?
Man, I don't know. Like, they care in the sense that they want to mitigate any types of like controversy or like.
Yeah, I mean, your attention is the commodity, so they do care about it in some sense of the word.
Yeah.
But
they care in the way that they want to be as neutral as possible to allow everyone to use it and like not otherwise no.
Well, and that's the thing, like they care only when it starts like negatively impacting enough of the user base that they have to do something about it.
Yeah.
Like, let's just be real. The platform itself is so vast, it is not physically possible unless they hired a bunch more people to monitor literally everything that happens on this platform, right? That's what algorithms are for. Some of theirs are really shitty.
Yeah.
If you have an hour, I could send you all of my chat transcripts from the last month and a half about them flagging a bunch of my ads for violating anti-discrimination policies on Facebook.
Ooh, nice.
It was a picture of a piece of fish.
Ooh, nice.
Wow. That's a story for another day. But, like, I think there's a couple things to unpack here. One, like, for as useful as algorithms are, they create problems like this.
Right.
And the scale of those problems is so large that I feel like the only way to fix them is to fix the algorithm, which, as you know, as a developer, is not easy to do.
No, not at all.
Or you hire more people and you actively give a shit, and we know that Mark Zuckerberg is not capable of doing that.
Yeah, no, that's not a step that they will take.
No.
I don't know. I mean,
so like for the week, to be fair, they're down almost 5% for the week.
Ooh, okay.
Which is not great.
Yeah.
I personally feel like it should be more, but I'll take 5%. That feels like a small form of justice, even if it's temporary.
Yeah, for something that big and typically very stable, right? Then yeah, that's a fairly good amount. But I don't. Yeah, honestly, they. I don't know. Yeah, they're just like, hey, dude, don't point the gun at us. But it's like, well, I mean, you're kind of the root of the problem, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, it's... You can say that you care and that you take it all seriously and whatever.
Yeah.
But, like, it's your platform. And if this is
Yeah.
happening on your platform, we can't fix that, right?
Yeah. It's literally you that has to do something to resolve it. Yeah, I don't know. I guess I don't know. Are they trying to like? I don't know what their thing has been. Like, are they trying to rely on like users like of good faith to like self police? I don't know.
I mean,
I don't know.
I feel like that they could say that as an excuse, and some people might believe it.
Yeah.
But like you and I both know, like self-policing on something like this is extremely tricky because you don't always realize what's happening when you consume the content in that moment, right?
Exactly.
If we're going to use the Instagram, report, for lack of a better word, some people may be aware enough to realize that their self-esteem is being degraded as they consume this content, and some people won't be.
Right.
Like, with COVID stuff, I feel like... I don't want to say it's easier, but, like, if you see stuff, like, you can report that, and maybe they take it down, maybe they don't. Obviously, it depends on how good those algorithms are.
Yeah.
I feel like there's more tangible steps with, like, deliberate misinformation.
Yeah.
But again, you have to be aware that you're consuming misinformation in order to report it as such.
Right.
If you think that's the truth, you're not going to report that.
You can be like, oh,
and so, yeah.
Double tap.
The problem that the algorithm runs into at that point is it is unable to adequately parse out that humans are capable of believing more than one version of the truth.
Right? Yeah.
The opinion stuff, like, Facebook has always had a fairly hands-off, hate speech and other things, the obvious exception. Like, opinions are opinions for them, for the most part. But when opinions and truth become really blurry, this is where they have a problem.
Yeah, exactly. I guess in terms of the self-esteem thing, have you seen that like they introduced a thing where you could hide the number of likes or whatever? Or
I did, and here's why I think that's bullshit.
Yeah.
Like, for some people, will that help? Absolutely.
Yeah.
I don't want to take anything away from the fact that for some people it is helpful.
Mm.
The reason I call it bullshit is that that's like trying to put the small... Like, you go to the drugstore after you've been run over by a train, and you try to put, like, the smallest Band-Aid humanly possible to, like, tape yourself back together.
Yeah, it's like, okay,
it does not adequately address the scope of the problem. It addresses a very small piece of a much larger issue.
Hey man, an attempt was made. This is the extent of my first aid knowledge.
Yeah, and like... Yeah. I understand, again, that trying to moderate for stuff like that is a very slippery slope. Mm-hmm. But if this is how you make money and this is your business, it's your responsibility to figure it out.
Right.
You can't say, we can't do it, it's too hard. Like,
yeah.
No, it's your job to figure it out.
Yeah.
Or there's going to be harsher consequences, and you're probably going to start getting regulated, because if you can't fix the problem, someone else is going to have to step in and do it, right?
Yeah, exactly.
It's what happened with cigarettes. Like, everybody realizes that cigarettes are bad for people, so what do? Okay, we regulate them.
Mm-hmm. Now you hardly see them... Actually, yeah, you pretty much... They can't advertise at all, right?
Advertising is extremely, extremely restricted.
Yeah.
So, like, again, not that Facebook and Instagram's issue is advertising per se. It's definitely part of it. But the whole, like, your attention span is the commodity type of ecosystem where you're consuming content.
Right.
It's a really, really nasty problem to have, because some of the content that you may enjoy consuming is part of the problem, right?
Right.
And so on the one hand, how do they give you a good user experience so that they can keep monetizing you and your attention? On the other hand, how do they make sure that the platform is functional and honest and, like, doesn't actively try to destroy itself, right?
Yeah.
And I don't think that they've shown any interest in doing that.
Yeah, they're just like, I don't know. We'll make efforts into like, yeah.
It's like the Walmart press release, right? They've played this game before.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
If it's not this report, it's another one. Like we
Yeah.
care about this stuff. Like his testimony in front of Congress after the 2016 election. Like we care. We made bad mistakes. Blah blah blah. Like give me a break. This is ridiculous.
Yeah.
What are you actually going to do about it, except for make the platform way worse for everybody and not actually fix the problem?
Exactly. Yeah.
And I think that's the thing that makes them hesitant, is that they've unsuccessfully tried to solve problems in the past, and it has actively worsened the user experience.
Yeah.
And so again, they've got themselves in quite a bind.
Yeah. Because I mean, like, it's a difficult problem. Yes, like no one's denying it's a difficult problem to solve.
No.
But at the same time, I really hesitate to consider the hiding the number thing like a solution. And I would like, I'm trying to say that I don't think they have even said that they're going to put their best foot forward to try to solve it. Like if that's their best foot forward, then that's like, come on, man. Like, I know you got smarter people than that. I don't know.
You have one of the wealthiest people on planet Earth.
Yeah.
At the top of this company, and you cannot figure out how to do this?
Yeah. Like, you guys can literally throw money at the problem, and it will probably eventually go away. Like, I don't know.
Very silly.
Yeah.
Speaking of COVID, though, and Facebook's handling of COVID obviously could be like a whole... It may be a Netflix documentary one day. I'm not going to discount that could be distinctly possible.
Right.
But where I want to go tonight in covering this is that Pfizer and Merck are working on COVID pills.
Really?
And so they're beginning phase 3 studies. I don't know enough about clinical trials to know how far along that is. Obviously, it's not FDA approval or anything like that. But right. I guess the first question, in your mind, are there people who refuse to get a vaccine who would be willing to take it as a pill?
Oh, boy. I'm not entirely sure. I feel like, because people are, like, I guess one of the big reasons why people are scared of the shot, or they're like, oh, it's a microchip inside of you, right? Like, I'm pretty sure that's a huge... I guess... How paranoid are these people? Are they scared that, like, we can make milligram size... Like, or, like, micro... Like, nano scale... Like, microchips? Because, I mean, if it's in pill form, I guess it depends. Like, but you could break down a pill and be like, oh, this is what's inside of it, right?
Well, yeah, but then, see... That was where my head went, too. It's like, you could cut it open and physically look at it.
Mm-hmm.
But I watched the person put the vaccine into my arm. I looked at that liquid.
Yeah.
It doesn't tell me a damn thing about what's in it.
That's true.
But I guess the psychological ability to handle it yourself and, like, cut it open and do whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe that helps some people? I'm not sure.
Yeah, I don't know.
But, like, assuming that this isn't approved for a couple of years, again... I don't know a hell of a lot about clinical trials, but it usually takes a handful of months for this or that or the other.
Right.
Is this the type of thing where obviously the U.S. government invested a lot of money to help them make sure that all of the vaccines were ready as quickly as they were?
Right.
Is the pill form where they really try to just add an insane margin to the top of it and just pocket all of the rest? Like, is the government going to subsidize these? Is this going to be like allergy medicine and you just go buy some when you want it for like $20?
Yeah.
Is this going to be like insulin where people with diabetes have to spend like thousands of dollars just to get something so that they don't die?
Yeah, so that they can live. Yeah, I don't know. I guess Yeah, I feel like I don't know. Is it gonna be? Yeah, I don't know if it's gonna be something that's prescribed. Like you have to go to the doctor for it. Can you just get it off over the shelf too? Like,
Yeah, I mean, I'm envisioning you just walk into the pharmacy and just grab it off the shelf.
yeah,
Obviously, that's just me making stuff up in my imagination, but
yeah. I mean, because you can get flu medicine, like
I mean,
whatever.
yeah, you
Yeah,
can make an
cold
appointment for a
medicine.
flu shot at any point in time.
Yeah, that's true. Hmm. But you can also get like over the shelf like cold and flu medicine too. So good potentially. I don't know though, but I guess like with other viruses, like um, I don't know, like well, is the swine flu technically? Whatever, man. I don't really know. I don't know anything about biology and germs.
I want to say that has kind of come and gone, but again, I'm not an infectious disease expert by any stretch of the
True.
imagination.
I guess it's not comparable though because like that didn't stick around really for long enough to where
Yeah, I
like
mean that was kind of
yeah.
the media overhyped that one a little bit.
Yeah, so I guess that's not really a good comparison to bring up.
No.
I don't know. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I mean, I can't imagine that the pill form would necessarily be. I mean, it could be like you go to the doctor and say, "Hey, I am terrified of needles," and they're like, "Okay, fine, take the pill," and they prescribe it to you. But I can't see. I guess what benefit it would. I guess is the pill supposed to be like a is it a certain dosage that you take over a period? Like, I don't know.
All of that stuff is fairly
I'll be
hush hush
unknown.
because it's obviously still in testing. So
Right.
I don't think that they necessarily have all the answers to that stuff.
Yeah.
Or if they have what they think they want or think they know, I don't think
Yeah.
they're going to tell anybody right now.
Because I feel like if it's a certain, like, if it's like a set number of dose or set dosage and like over a prescribed period of time, that's probably more of a go to the doctor type thing rather than over the shelf. I feel like.
Well, yeah, that's a great question. Like, is it like maintenance dosing? Is it like
Yeah.
directly instead of a shot? Like,
Yeah.
how does it work, and what is the scale or the intent? Right.
Yeah. That's kind of interesting.
I mean, it makes sense,
I
right? If you can give it as a vaccine, you should probably be able to give it as a pill at some point. But
yeah. Hmm.
just don't go cutting them with ivermectin, okay?
Oh boy, that's not fantastic at all. Oh man, the when I first heard about that, I was like, people, why? I like lost brain cells, like
Yeah.
just imagining it.
It's one of those things you're like, this is why I hate people, and this is why we can't have nice things.
Exactly. Yeah. It's like, how do you?
Do you
How
know
are
what's
you
in
okay with
ivermectin?
this?
No? Okay, great. For
But I
some
know what
reason,
I'm
you would
putting in
rather
my
do
body.
that.
Yeah,
Not
I know what.
FDA approved for people.
Yeah. Hey man, I love my horse, and if I know what's put in him, I don't know.
I'm over it. People are dumb.
Yeah.
Well, some
I
people
just.
are dumb. Not all
Yeah.
people are dumb.
Yeah.
You know what I mean. I am curious, though. I'm very curious to see how they decide they want to price that, especially since the general public and the taxpayer carried a lot of the weight for the development of the vaccine.
Yeah, because
Something
if
I'm
it's like a
keeping an
cash
eye on.
grab, yeah, definitely.
Obviously, if you're a shareholder, you hope that it costs $1 billion, but
Yeah, and you want that big cash grab.
this is part of the reason why I personally avoid actively investing in this type of stuff. Like, if I inadvertently have some in my retirement, okay. Like,
Actually,
I
I feel like
don't love that idea, but I don't really have as much control over that.
yeah,
Like, if I'm investing my own money, I'm probably not going this direction for reasons like this. I get
yeah,
that R&D is expensive. I get all of that stuff. But, like, to me, there are such thing as reasonable margins, and there are such thing as unreasonable margins.
yeah. Like you're making 3 billion
Yeah.
times profit on like geez,
If you have a monopoly on something, I have a hard time believing that you can justify the margin that you have.
yeah, exactly.
Well, we're halfway through the month, so as we wrap up, you know that I have to ask,
Mm-hmm.
any moves?
Any moves?
Any moves you're thinking about, entertaining, coming down the pipe?
Let's see. Well, It's hard to say honestly now because I'm second guessing myself with the Callaway thing, but I don't know. I don't think besides Callaway last week, I don't think I was planning on really any moves.
No.
So I guess uh, I remember. I'm just really not sure because all time Callaway's like I only have what a couple down, like three that are reasonable down, which is Cognizant, which maybe that's the move, but I don't know where I would go with that.
Yeah.
Um,
And that's the question, right? It's not enough to say you want to get rid of something. It's you have to like an opportunity enough
exactly.
to put your money in there.
Yeah, and I just haven't found anything that's really like stood out to me. So I guess right now probably just holding as well.
Got to be honest with you, I've been keeping an eye on Chipotle.
Chipotle, really? Yeah.
I think that their whole like mobile kitchen thing that during the first round of closures, like the way they handled a lot of that stuff was really
Right.
really smart.
Yeah.
My problem is that they're still trading it over $1,900 a share.
Ooh, okay. 1900?
$1,900 a
Ooh.
share.
Jeez, that's a spicy
So
one.
I have a hard time like if that's a value, I mean I guess if you say so, but like
Hmm.
damn dude, I have a hard time thinking anything that costs $1,900 for one of them is a good value. I mean,
Yeah, exactly. Just like that's a lot. I get you're telling me I get one.
yeah, I mean I guess to be fair, I do also have like Bitcoin and Ethereum, and those are way more than $1,900 a share.
True.
But that feels different to me because I feel like most people who are in crypto acknowledge that there's a lot more assumption of risk. It feels a lot more like gambling
Right.
than like investing in a blue chip or whatever color chip Chipotle is, right?
Right.
Um, so I don't know. For some reason, the perception of value there is hard for me.
Yeah. Well, I
But I,
guess.
I'm looking at it. If September knocks the wind out of Chipotle sales, I will probably do something about it.
Hmm.
How far it would have to fall, though, for me to do that is what I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, at what point do I think it's a good enough deal?
Yeah, that's
Not sure.
true. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like yeah, I guess for companies that are I don't know. Yeah, I take crypto I guess a little differently as well, just because like it's just like gambling. You could lose, but you could also win huge on it,
Yeah,
right?
I mean, you
But
could be
like
an overnight millionaire. You're not going to be an overnight millionaire on Chipotle unless you bought it at IPO and you've held it for years. At
exactly,
which
yeah.
point
So
you are
it's
not an overnight millionaire.
right. So you're just like you're looking at like smaller gains, and so basically at
Yeah.
that point you're just like, well, I'm kind of just throwing some money and like leaving it there for a little bit. So I don't know. It just feels a little different.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm thinking
Chipotle.
about it though.
Yeah.
Seriously thinking about it.
You know what you'd get rid of to get Chipotle then?
Let me look. I have $154,000 sitting around from when I sold
Oh,
Alaska Airlines a while back.
ooh, fun.
So I could definitely do something with that.
Yeah.
Overall, though, that's a tough one. I mean, I could sell commercial metals, but I was at like 12% all time, and now I'm down to like under 3.
Ooh.
So not
Okay.
really. I'd like to hold that longer.
Yeah.
Um, Tesla honestly is trending in the right direction. So if I could turn a profit on Tesla and get off the Elon Musk roller coaster at this point, I probably would.
Yeah.
In real life, if I were tax loss harvesting, I would probably sell a handful of, well, not a handful. I'd probably sell Ericsson and I'd probably sell Canadian Solar, but
Okay.
you can't tax loss harvest when you're doing things with fake money, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's a couple things in here I would consider.
Hmm.
LVMH, I would take a look at, but I'd really want to wait until after the holidays before I do that because
Yeah.
rich people go all out at the holidays.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah.
So I'd want to at least make sure that I got to see the quarterly numbers for that before I moved on.
Yeah.
I
Yeah, I
think
feel
they
like
just opened like this boutique hotel condo thing in like it was like a chateau in France or something. Like I don't know.
ooh,
I don't know if
okay.
they do like Airbnbs or hotels. I don't know what the hell it was, but
Hmm.
I saw the thumbnail picture and was like, damn.
Yeah.
I don't want
Rich
to know how much that costs.
more than you can afford, probably.
But yeah, I mean, having the money on hand from other things, I mean that would at least get me started.
Yeah, that's definitely true. Yeah, at least you have something that's like a little like you have liquid, something like cash that you can just kind of throw at something that you're interested in.
Yeah. But yeah, that's where I'm at.
Okay.
Any other closing thoughts?
Uh, I mean, I guess we'll see what the next sorry, I almost said Fred Meyer. No, a Walmart employee quitting sounds like. But yeah,
Yeah, I
other
mean,
than
honestly,
that,
if we have another one next week, you can be damn sure that it's going to be on here. So
yeah, definitely.
maybe she inspires a wave of others. I'm not sure.
Yeah, that's honestly what I'm expecting. Like maybe other people are just like, it's a viral thing. I'm gonna blow up off of this.
It becomes the
No,
next TikTok trend. Everybody just quits their Walmart jobs on TikTok.
exactly. Yeah. That'd be fantastic.
Oh, that would be so entertaining.
Yeah.
Well, best of luck this week. Here's hoping for some green numbers for everybody.
Yeah.
But the way this month is going, honestly, not counting on it. But I guess we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see.
All right, man. Later.
Yeah, take care, dude.
Good luck. Bye.